Geiger-Marsan alpha particle scattering. Geiger-Marsan alpha particles experiment setup is shown in figure A. They directed a beam of 5.5 mega electron volt alpha particles emitted from a bismuth 214 radioactive source at a thin metal foil made of gold. Figure B shows a systematic diagram of this experiment. Alpha particles emitted by a bismuth 214 radioactive source were collimated into a narrow beam by their passage through lead bricks. The beam was allowed to fall on a thin foil of gold of thickness 2.1 into 10 raised to power minus 7 meter. The scattered alpha particles were observed through a rotatable detector consisting of zinc sulfide screen and a microscope. The scattered alpha particles on striking the screen produce brief light flashes or scintillations. These flashes may be viewed through a microscope and the distribution of the number of scattered particles may be studied as a function of angle of scattering. Observations. A typical graph of the total number of alpha particles at different angles in a given interval of time is shown in figure C. First point, most of the alpha particles pass straight through the gold foil. It means they don't suffer any collision with gold atoms. Second point, only about 0.14% of incident alpha particles scattered by more than 1 degree. Third point, about 1 alpha particle in every 8000 alpha particles deflected by more than 90 degree. Explanation. An alpha particle is over 7000 more massive than an electron. And in this experiment, alpha particle is traveling at a high speed. Therefore, very strong force alone could have deflected them through the large angles. This led Rutherford to postulate that the entire positive charge of the atom must be concentrated in a tiny central core of the atom. This tiny central core of each atom was called atomic nucleus. Alpha particles are nuclei of helium atoms and therefore carry 2 units of 2e of positive charge and have the mass of the helium atom. The charge of the gold nucleus is Ze, where Z is the atomic number of the atom. For gold, Z is equals to 79. Since the nucleus of gold is about 50 times heavier than an alpha particle, it is reasonable to assume that it remains stationary throughout the scattering process. Therefore, the trajectory of an alpha particle can be computed employing Newton's second law of motion and the Coulomb's law for electrostatic force of repulsion between the alpha particle and the positively charged nucleus. The magnitude of this force is F is equals to 1 upon 4 pi epsilon naught into 2e Ze upon r square, where r is the distance between the alpha particle and the nucleus. The force is directed along the line joining the alpha particle and the nucleus. The magnitude and direction of the force on an alpha particle continuously changes. as it approaches the nucleus and recedes away from it. Impact parameter small b. The impact parameter is the perpendicular distance of the initial velocity vector of the alpha particle from the center of the nucleus, as you can see in this diagram. The trajectory traced by an alpha particle depends on the impact parameter of collision. A given beam of alpha particles has a distribution of impact parameters small b so that the beam is scattered in various directions with different probabilities, as you can see in this diagram. In a beam, all particles have nearly same kinetic energy. It is seen that an alpha particle close to the nucleus, a smaller impact parameter small b, suffers large scattering. In case of head-on collision, the impact parameter is minimum and the alpha particle rebounds back. Here theta is equals to pi. For a large impact parameter, the alpha particle goes nearly undeviated and has a small deflection theta equals to 0 degree. The fact that only a small fraction of the number of incident particles rebound back indicates that the number of alpha particles undergoing head-on collision is small. This in turn implies that the mass of the atom is concentrated in a small volume. We can show that the number of alpha particles scattered per unit area and theta at scattering angle theta varies inversely as sin raised to power 4 theta by 2 and theta is equals to sin raised to power 4 theta by 2. Distance of closest approach. When alpha particle is directed towards the nucleus, kinetic energy of alpha particle goes on decreasing and in turn electrical potential energy goes increasing due to Coulomb's repulsive force between nucleus and alpha particle. At a certain distance r0 from the nucleus, kinetic energy of alpha particle becomes 0. Then alpha particle stops and it cannot go closer to the nucleus. It is repelled by nucleus and therefore it retraces its path turning through 180 degree. This distance r0 is known as distance of the closest approach. Electrical potential at distance r0 due to the nucleus is given by V is equals to Ze upon 4 pi epsilon naught r0. Potential energy of an alpha particle at distance r0 from the nucleus is equals to potential into charge. That one is given by Pe is equals to Ze into 2E upon 4 pi epsilon naught r0. Kinetic energy of the alpha particle of mass m moving with velocity v is given by Ke is equals to half mv square. At the distance of the closest approach, we have kinetic energy is equals to potential energy. That one is half mv square is equals to Ze into 2E upon 4 pi epsilon naught r0. So we can calculate the value of r0. r0 is equals to Ze into 2E upon 4 pi epsilon naught into half mv square. r0 is known as distance of the closest approach.